Hey guys, so welcome to another video, and today my bag add-on is being kind of a nuisance, so I had to disable it. Just for today, for some reason, when I have it enabled, I can't figure out what pets are in my bags. When I mouse over it, nothing happens. Nothing shows up. Like, I can't, I have to move it. I can move it, but I still can't see the tip over top to find out what pet it is. And and I wanted to sell some pets, so I kind of need to know which pets they are, because I don't know the name of every single icon, and that's why we mouse over it. There's lots of pets in World of Warcraft, jeez. So that is, why you see the original bag showing, because that's, abnormal for us. Anywho, on to the video. In yesterday's video, you saw that I looted the flying carpet from the Nightfallen bonus cache. And maybe you caught in that video, there was like, I don't know, maybe a 20 to 30 second section in that video where I opened up my achievement for my next big mount achievement for collecting the mounts. Now, I technically have over 400 mounts, but because the achievement is weird and it has like a tracker of its own for that character. And it's really weird. It's weird. It's like I have over 400 mounts, but I'm getting an achievement for like 350. It's very odd. So anyway, when I got the flying carpet, that put me to 349 over 350. Which is very close to our achievement, and I've been trying all expansion to get this achievement. These collections, they sound easy, but they can be a little difficult when you get up to the high numbers, because, a lot of these mounts are such a rare chance that you're grinding forever to get a mount. Now, with 8.3 being out, I was starting to worry that I could be on an alt, farming some rare, kill some rare out there, and boom, mount drops and an alt gets the achievement. So that is why we're at the auction house. We're going to buy a mount so that I don't have an alt accidentally trigger that achievement. Okay, so we are now searching the auction house for a mount, preferably cheap, but the problem with being a mount collector is all the cheap ones you find, you own. So I don't want to grab the ATV or the MK2 because those are made by an engineer. Well, sort of. The ATV, it's an engineer item and a blacksmith item that you put together, So yeah, being that I have an engineer and a blacksmith, I can easily do that without purchasing it off the auction house. And the other one is an engineer item. I'm currently still trying to loot the pattern, so I need to do that before I can, but I'm not in a rush for that mount, so I'm willing to wait till I've looted the pattern, and I'm just gonna get maybe some of my guildies to come into Motherlode with me, and we'll do a shitload of runs and get the items required. And yeah, so we want to avoid any profession ones because I can do the profession stuff. I would love to grab the golden main reins, but $500,000 is a little pricey for that. I have seen that mount go for a lot cheaper. I've seen it in there for like 200K, which 200K I feel is better than 500. It's still a lot, but that mount's worth 200K. It's a tough drop rate. But it's still a little pricey. I don't want to spend $500,000 if I'm going to do that. Because to be honest, there's another way we could get this mount. I have yet to buy the Rust Bolt mount. The one that once you're exalted, it costs, I think it's 400,000 or 450,000. I've yet to buy that because that's kind of pricey, and I'm currently trying to save my gold up for for the auction house mount, which, this probably makes this even more humorous. But anyway, so we want something cheap. I think what we're going to do is I think we are going to buy that Blood Feaster. Yeah. It's still a little pricey, but 75k is better than everything else because everything else that's cheaper than that, I own. And yeah, so I think that is the one we are going to go with. Okay, so we have our mount now. I just need to learn it. As you can see, we were at 1,000,000 gold. And now, because of this purchase, we are not at 1,000,000. So now I got to make my way back up to 1,000,000. For those that are unaware, I've actually stopped doing that gold challenge because it just became boring to me. But I am still working on making gold. We're just not doing it so seriously. Okay, let's learn this sucker so that we can get our big achievement, which is the point of this whole video. Okay, so here is our Frost Shard Infernal, which is the mount I really wanted, which is why I bought a mount so that we could get this one. I think this is, to be honest, the best mount I've ever seen in the collection of mount achievements. The only other comparable one, in my opinion, is the Lord of the Rings achievement, because you get the blue serpent guy, and he's just awesome. But yeah. So yeah, for those that maybe aren't this far into the mount collection achievements yet, you get this guy at 300. And yeah, so that's where we were sitting prior to doing this achievement. Okay, so Frost Shard Infernal does have a special to him, as most mounts do. So I'm just gonna throw on game sound here, and we will see what his special does. Oh no way! That was pretty kick-ass. Okay, so here's Leaping Veinseeker, which is the mount that I bought in this video at the auction house. And I'm just going to see if Leaping has a cool special. Okay.
Welcome. We've been expecting you.
Oh, that's cute. And just for those that maybe haven't played a whole lot of WoW and wouldn't know this part, that speech where he's like, "We've been expecting you," that has nothing to do with our mount special. Someone literally, targeted the dragon from the legendary quest at the exact same time that I hit the mount special on the mount. So it seems like it's part of it because of the timing, but it's not. They're two completely different things. So you just get the reaction that we saw with the mount where he rises up, does this little squeal, and yeah. Okay, so now I am back to being on the final version of this collector's. That's kind of what I like to do every expansion, is get back to being on the last part, because every time an expansion comes out, they put out a new last part, right? And it's really tough to keep caught up. So The last part now is a Hoard of Hoofbeats. This was brought into the game when they released BFA, and the Frenzied Fell Talon is the reward for it that you see me showing you here. And this is to obtain 400 mounts, usable by a single character. Because technically I have, 400 mounts, right? But it has to be usable by a single character. At the time of editing this video, I did also go and get the time walking mount, the last one I needed to purchase from the WAD expansion. And that put us at 352 over 400, which I'd just like to say, to limit any confusion, was done after I recorded this video. So you are only seeing the number that existed upon the achievement hitting. I went and did time walking the next week. I wasn't even up the week that I did this recording. Another thing I'd like to mention is, if you are like me and you like to get these achievements on one particular character, if you have a paladin, try to avoid logging onto your paladin when you are really close to the next mount collection, unless your paladin's your main, of course. But if your paladin is not your main character, a paladin will have like 5 more mounts usable on them than basically any other class because of their class mounts. So yeah, if you are 5 or less away, I would definitely avoid logging onto that, because you could accidentally trigger it on that character, which, if you don't care, cool, you get the achievement faster. But if you do care about that achievement number on a specific character, then that would royally fuck you over. So just thought I would put that out there, that there are characters that have different numbers of mount collections. That also goes for faction. I believe Hoard now has 1 or 2 more mounts than Alliance does, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really kept up on that lately, but there have definitely been more mount quests over on Hoard side than there was on Alliance side. So I definitely highly do believe that Hoard has more mounts than Alliance now. It used to be the opposite way, but yeah. And also, if you're like me and you do this on a druid, like, druid's actually the worst class to be targeting these mount achievements, but my druid's my main and has been for 15 years, so I refuse to have this go on any other character. But the reason I say that is because the class mount in Legion for the druid was a form. So technically, the druid's class mount doesn't even count towards this. Whereas the other classes, they got legit mounts. It wasn't a flight form. So you actually lose out slightly being a druid doing this as well. So there are a lot of things to consider when you are trying to do this achievement. The numbers will vary. The number does not go according to all your characters. It goes to whatever character you're logged on to. So you may notice a different number on characters who have, more class mounts. Like a paladin will have a different number than this. My paladin right now would probably already be saying 355 or something like that. And that concludes today's video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you are a mount farmer, happy mount farming, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.